All right, so this warm-up is where we did the warm-up. This is the first drill. This is the warm-up drill. So first we're going to do 100 toe touches in a row. Ready, go. Oops. Remember, we're trying to stay over the ball, trying to just tap the ball. Want to make sure we have contact with the ball. We don't want to land too hard on one foot. We want to stay up on the balls of our feet, keep our feet moving the whole time. We shouldn't be jumping up and down. Most of the motion should be at our hips. Got your 100?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll give everybody a few seconds to catch up with their 100. In the meantime, grab your 3 cones. Grab your 3 cones. You're gonna make a little triangle with them right at your feet. All 3 cones touching. All right, hopefully everybody's done with their 100 toe touches. Grab your 3 cones, set them down right next to each other in a little triangle. All 3 should be touching each other. And what you're gonna do is 50 outside touches going around the cone with your right foot first. So we're gonna do 50 outside touches with our right. Ready, go. Try to keep close to the cones. Quick little touches, the outside of your laces. If you're running really far around those cones, you're probably taking too big of a touch. You're not in control of the ball. Oop. You should try to touch it every step. If you're like touching it, step, step, touching it, step, step, you really want to, every step you take. You done?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're doing that, as you take your outside touch, your foot steps to the ground and pushes the ball all at the same time. That way, your next foot can readjust, get you in position, settle you, and then you can take that exact same touch again with the outside of your foot. Now we're gonna do the outside of our left foot, 50 touches the other way. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 50 touches, outside left. Same thing, stay under control of the ball. Stay over the ball, don't let it get way out in front of you, you're reaching for it. Outside of your laces, toe pointed down and slightly in. Oh, disaster strikes. Just keep going. Remember, keep it close to the cones, otherwise you're not in control of the ball. It's just little touches. Probably a little harder with your left if you're right-handed. Keep your feet moving. You got 50?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 25.
25?
I don't know what I'm at, actually.
Okay.
I lost track.
Okay, well, try to keep counting when you're doing this so you don't lose track, so you know when you hit 50. So now, we're gonna do another 100 toe touches, and then we'll get into our drills. Okay, ready? So we did 100 toe touches, 50 outside right touches, really tight around the cones, 50 outside right touches left around the cones, and now another 100 toe touches. So altogether, how many touches is that?
300.
300 touches. Ready? Go ahead, 100 toe touches, go. Good job. So, another math question, since you're not really in school, but we want to keep you thinking. So if you have 300 touches with each one of these practices and you do 3 practices, how many touches is it in just the first drill alone? 300?
900.
900, that's right. So think about that. You have almost 1,000 touches if you just do this only. If you do the other parts of the drill, you're going to have a couple thousand touches. So think about what that does for your game. 1,000 touches versus no touches. Let's get those thousands of touches in because it's a big difference. Okay, Everybody should be done with the warm-up part of the drills. So now what I want you to do is you're gonna, if you didn't watch the example videos, you're gonna make a right angle with your cone 6 steps apart. So you're gonna put one cone down. You're gonna walk straight out from it 6 steps, normal walking steps. Set that second cone down, and then at a right angle, you're gonna walk 6 more steps and set the other cone down. So the center cone in the middle of that right angle is your target cone. That's your target cone, right? So our first drill is called an inside pass or outside pass, whatever you want to call it. You're basically passing it to yourself around the player. So a lot of times you'll do this when you're dribbling up to a player, their hips commit to one side, but you want to go the other way. Basically, they're kind of facing the opposite direction you're going to make this pass. So as Callan would dribble up to that far cone, the player is going to be facing outwards. She passes it inside of him, runs around, gets the ball, and she's through. So sometimes you do this because it's easy to run in front of them, and you're just putting it behind him, and you're maybe going to goal. So in this situation where the goal's right there, you can see she might pass it behind him, and she might go straight to our goal. And they're trying to block her out by facing her and keeping her outside. She puts it behind them, runs around, and she's in, and then they're facing their goal too. So it's an opportunity. So what we're gonna do is you're going to repeat this 5 passes, okay? 5 passes. We're just gonna do this as a warm-up first. Yep, so as you go down, you're gonna pass it inside that cone, basically between those 2 cones. You're gonna do some outside touches around the end cone. Then you're gonna attack that cone again, pass it in between these 2 cones. And then you're going to just continue that. And you're gonna do 5 inside passes, or 10 inside passes, sorry. 10 inside passes, so it's basically like 5 laps, okay? So this is just a warm-up one, so you're gonna do this and then we'll time it. Inside pass, run around the cone, go up to that one, outside touches, go around, attacking the cone again, inside pass, run around to yourself, good. Helps to count these passes so you don't get lost. You kind of use like an inside push on this ball. So as you're running up to that defender, you're pushing it inside that player. So you're going around the back of them. Sometimes when you'll do this, most of the time, you'll be making contact with that player to knock them off balance just a little bit. It's not pushing them or shoving them. It's just kind of as you run past them, you're giving them a little shoulder brush, and that knocks them off balance. So as they're turning, they're kind of falling back on their feet as you fake them out. Now the trick is to take this touch big enough that you can get it on the pass. That was a little small. And keep in mind there's a defender there. So you're trying to beat the defender. You're not just trying to do the drill. You want to beat the defender. That's better. So you kind of take an angled pass. If you just do a pass right by them, they're going to get their foot in front of it. So it's an angled pass, and then you run around and catch it. Good. Was that your 10? Okay. So that was our that was our practice with our 10 touches. We'll give everybody about 15 seconds to catch up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to time it. And on all these drills, we're going to do 1 warm-up. We're going to do 1 time drill, and then the goal is to take 10 seconds off.